Welcome to Bass Theory 101. If you already know most of this stuff or some of this stuff and you've already read about it, then you can not watch this, which is cool too. But I'm making this because you've been so awesome in doing this, and I think you're starting to have fun. And I want to help you in between Tuesdays to feel a little bit more comfortable on the bass guitar. So that's the point of these videos, or this video mainly. Like I said, on Tuesday when you see me, if it didn't help or if it was dumb, or you can tell me, or you can just text me and say, hey, this was dumb. Thanks for trying. So you already know the strings because you know how to tune your instrument. Even, apes, dig, grapes. My dad's G string broke today, so that's kind of a bummer and kind of gross sounding, but that's how it turns out. We won't be using that one anyways. We'll only be focusing on the fourth string, the E, and the third string, the A. And I'll tell you how the frets work in conjunction with the notes. So there'll be a little bit of note theory, and it'll be difficult at first, but with a little bit of practice and memorization and treating it to memory like you would your times tables, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6. It's kind of the same thing. You really don't question why, it just is. So next part is we'll focus on the notes and how the notes work in Western. Okay, so in Western music, there are essentially 7, we'll call them major notes. There are 12 total, but 7 big ones. And those 7 or 12 notes make up all of the songs in all of Western music. And those notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So if you know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then you know the 7 major notes. How it gets to 12 is that some notes have sharps. And every note except for B and E has a sharp. So the 12 notes would be A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E to F, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then back to A. So it cycles through. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So if you remember that first week of practice, when I was confusing you, and it wasn't nice of me, when I was saying, you can play the E here, or the E here, and you were like, how are there 2 E's? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it kind of doesn't, but it kind of does. If you think, I don't know if you've seen Sound of Music, but, there's the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. There's 2 do's. There's the do at the beginning, the low do. Do, and then do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Excuse me. The do signifies the same note. So it could be E, 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 E. And I know it might be a little confusing, but because the notes cycle around, it's the same note. It's just a higher register of that note. So that's how you get E and E. It's your do, 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 sorry. And that'll make more sense here in a second. And don't really, like I said, don't be like, well, why is that? It just kind of is. And it's a hard concept to kind of get, but I'll explain why. Because what we'll do next is, because it's easy with the alphabet, we'll start on the 3rd string, the A string, and work our way up the fretboard finding that A, B, C, D, E, F, G back to A. And that will bring us back to A, you know, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Okay, so that'll be next. So starting on the third string, the A string, we'll talk about now how that A to B, B to C, which is weird, C to D, D to E, E to F, which is weird, F to G, and that will bring us back to A. And you'll see how that works on the A string, the third string, and how it'll help you start to know the notes on the fretboard as opposed to having to go high 7, low 7, you know, things like that. So it'll be it's a little tricky, but if you stick with it, in a couple weeks you'll start to at least memorize it a little bit. You'll still be slow, and I'm still slow sometimes. Like on a guitar, when I have to go up here, I have to like go backwards and like, what is that, you know? So it takes a while, but it's really fascinating because the fretboard's a pattern, and it looks confusing, like it's all over the place, and that how can you even tell without stickers? Like you think you'll need stickers, but if you do go without stickers, you'll see that there's a pattern, and once it reveals itself, it's actually very beautiful and pretty cool. So now we'll do the third string, the A string. Okay, so on the guitar, 2 frets up, so up represents a whole step. And this is where that B, C weirdness, E, F weirdness will come into play, but you'll see. So on the third string, A, if you go up 2 frets on the third string, 1 fret, 2 frets, that's your B. So A to B is normal, which is 2 frets. A to B, 2 frets. Okay? Now remember, B to C is weird. So B to C is only going to be a half step, which is 1 fret. So if you have A open, 2nd fret B, 3rd fret C. Okay? So then C to D is normal, so that's 2 frets. So you're on the 5th fret on the A string is D. D to E is normal, 2 frets. E to F is weird, 1 fret. So you're on the 8th fret for the F. 2 frets to a G. And it cycles through. That will bring us back to Do, which is A in this case, on the 12th fret. Quick fun fact, notice on that A on the 12th fret, your fretboard probably has 2 dots somewhere. It has it here on the front, and it might have it here on the top there. So that's the same note as the open. That's your Do, 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 okay? So to recap both, I guess. A, open, 2 frets up to a B, because that's normal, 2nd fret. B to C is weird, 3rd fret. C to D is normal, 2 frets to the 5th fret for your D. 2 more to E, which is normal, 7th fret. E to F is weird, so just 1 fret. F to G, normal, 2 frets. 2 frets up, that will bring us back to A. Okay? Now we're going to go to the 4th string, the low E string, and see how that pattern still fits with the B to C, E to F weirdness, 1 fret, but we're starting on a different string. So it'll be kind of strange because we're starting not at the beginning of the alphabet A, we're starting at E, but it still cycles through to where it's E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, etc. till the end of time. So that's what. Okay. So now the 4th string, the low E. Okay. Remember, we're starting at E before we started at A. And A to B is a normal step, so we start on the 2nd fret. Now this one, since we're starting on the E, and E to F is weird, which is only one fret. So the first fret on the low E string, first fret F. So E to F is weird, one fret, so first fret F. F to G is normal, 2 frets. So now you're on the 3rd fret on the low E string. G to A is normal, so 2 more frets up to the 5th fret for the A. A to B is normal, so 2 frets. B to C is weird, 1 fret. C to D is normal, 2 frets. D to E is normal, 2 frets. And if you notice, you're back on that double dot. Same as the A. And I'll explain why that is in a minute. But we'll go over the 4th fret, excuse me, the 4th string, the low E, one more time just so it makes sense. So remember, start on the E, open, 1st fret, because E to F is weird, so that's your F. F to G, 2 frets. G to A, 2 frets. A to B, 2 frets. B to C, 1 fret, because it's weird. C to D, 2 frets. D to E, that will bring us back to E. Cool? And you can just start E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And just kind of slowly say it to yourself, and eventually and look at your fretboard when you're doing it. You don't have to be so cool. And eventually you'll be able to recognize, oh, D. Gotcha. Cool? All right. Okay. That's probably plenty, if not too much. It's probably all way too much, for now. But I'm gonna send you this, and if it's cool and helpful, that's cool. If not, then, my apologies. But I am gonna send you another video here in a little bit, once I get back from doing some stuff, on the new song we're gonna work on, just kind of give you a head start. It's really easy. I picked it just because I think it'll be fun for you, just because it's really only 3 sections, and it's really not very fast, but it's kind of fast. And it's more complicated than the Rebel Girl song and you having to move around the fretboard, but nothing too crazy, just a little bit. And you'll see it's just a box. And you'll learn that a lot of the shapes and the patterns that we'll play are in boxes. And you'll start to see the boxes over time. There'll be 2 fret boxes. And that's really all it is. And once you kind of start doing the one exercise I was talking about, like then you'll realize you don't really have to move around at all, and it'll start to come naturally to you. But you're already doing such a great job. It's very, very impressive, and it's really cool of you. And I just wanted to help in any way that I can. All right. I'll send you the video on that song detailing it here in a little while. All right. Bye-bye.